Well, I made it to the review stage of the game, which is the very last thing I do when I finish. So, as you can see, I'm at my little dinosaur display here. I mean, we could do the review here, but why don't we go to a more appropriate setting for Jurassic World Aftermath, shall we? Yeah. And here we are, back in Jurassic World Aftermath Collection. Ah! So this is the gallery where they showcase their dinosaurs that are in the game, such as this one. Wow, that never gets old, does it? Imagine dealing with these things in real life. Anyways. So, what can I say other than I liked it? I enjoyed the game. I thought it was fantastic. I give a round of applause to the devs for putting in so much effort, and not only that, but the level designs and the problem solving parts of the game. I thought they did a really good job, and I give them definitely a couple of claps for that. They do have a story. They have, I thought they have, with what they had to work with, and I don't know this for sure, I don't know the financial details of the game, but sometimes you can kind of piece together that they are limited in what they can do. But and if I'm right about this, I think they did the best with what they had available to them to make this game. It definitely has the excitement that you'd be looking for when dealing with dinosaurs inside a facility. So I give them a very high 4 out of 10. I know that's a strange score to people, but you have to remember how I score. Even getting 1 is like getting an award. You ever gotten a trophy or a certificate for something? Not everyone gets 10, but not everyone gets 1. And they have 4. Now, I'll get into why I give it a 4 out of 10, but I just wanted to give these devs some praise for at least making this game really a fun experience, and I appreciate them putting it in the store. So, I mean, aside from that, I thought there was things that obviously could have been done differently, or I wouldn't say improved, but there's things that need to be in a game for it to make an 8 out of 10, which I thought that's where this was going at first. When I first started the game, I dealt with a minor problem. It's nothing really. It doesn't affect the score of the game, but you got to check with your sound person. And again, I got to be honest with the devs. I mean, if you like a game and you want to support it, you got to let them know the truth. Whether it's right or wrong, it's what you feel. It's your experience that counts. So they won't know what to add in next time if you don't speak up. So that's what I got to do. I do give them their. Uh, I give credit to them for sure, but here's the things they probably don't want to hear, but it's something they need to. They need to understand. I had the impression that there was going to be different phases of this game. Different things you'd see, different settings, atmosphere. I thought you'd be dealing with different dinosaurs, dealing with people. I didn't I didn't know how or in what way I'd be dealing with them, but I knew at least it had something in it that would make me feel immersed in the game. They had none of that. They had zero. You're literally you're thrown into this game and you are stalked through the whole game from beginning to end by these three. One, two, and blue. These three. Stalk you throughout the whole game, throughout the whole story, hindering any progress you'd be making. They stalk you in the hallways. They stalk you in the rooms. They stalk you while you're trying to solve really brainy puzzles. And what I mean by puzzles, there's certain things you have to do that require you to use your brain. And there's just no break from it. And I think in this type of game where for the hide and seek type games like this, I mean, I've played Alien Isolation. I don't think the gameplay is perfected yet, especially in VR, but I was only expecting the raptor thing to last maybe one or two sections of the game. One or two chapters, dealing with raptors. And then you move on to something else. But that was the whole game. From beginning to end, you're dealing with these three lunatics that just happen to conveniently be there where you need to be. And I just thought, I mean, it's a great concept for this type of game, because Jurassic Park is supposed to be about dealing with deadly dinosaurs, and it's not like you're a U.S. military Navy SEAL having to deal with unique situations. You're just a scientist or an explorer that gets sent to this freaking island with no weapons whatsoever. Not even non-lethals, which you need to add in the next. And if you have a next game or a sequel, you need to add in non-lethal weapons, at least. A taser, a dart rifle, even Dino Crisis had that. And by the way, this is the type of game that feels like you're playing Resident Evil or Dino Crisis type problem-solving stuff. So that's why I say it's worth a buy and worth adding to the library. But there's no people to interact with. You're dealing with what you see and the raptors, like I said. And I know I said that you deal with the raptors the entire time, but they do have certain sections that are different. Different. You know what I mean? You do get to see a Triceratops. And I wasn't expecting to see them all the time, but you only see these like the T-Rex at the end of the game. Really. You see it at the start, and then you kind of deal with it towards the end. And believe me, they make sure you deal with it. And it looks amazing, even with the graphic type. It appeals. It's a pass for sure. But does that work for everyone? Probably not. I actually passed on the game many times because of the way it looked. But once you're in it, I mean, the graphics are passable, but they're not the real focus of the game. They really aren't. A lot of people might find that an issue. I knew people that gave up playing Skyrim just because it didn't look so good. Or Fallout, even. But, anyways, getting to my point. I don't like to sound pessimistic or negative. But here's the thing. If I was ever going to make a game, I would definitely need certain requirements, especially dealing with these types of horror settings, I guess. If I was going to be in charge of setting this game up, I would definitely have a raptor phase or section that would have you would have to sneak around and hide and get inside lockers and under boxes and try to avoid them. And I think they did a great job doing that. But then after dealing with one section, I would definitely have maybe non-lethals applied next time, where at least you have a taser, maybe a mace, or what did I say earlier? A dart gun. Something that you could use to at least give you a chance. Something that trips them up. Maybe you could knock over certain boxes, or something like throw a rock so you can distract it. That thing, there was some parts of the game that came off really weird to me. To to open or log into a computer or get through a door, the way you open them was unique. It's definitely different, but I would just go with key cards next time. You know, um, and if you need to get into a computer, you need someone's ID. I mean, like I said, it's just weird that those things were overlooked. If you're coming to an island, you should have certain credentials, someone who was here. But the main thing is you need people to interact with. I'm not asking for over the top cutscenes, but like, I know you added in Dr. Wu and Dr. Malcolm. Obviously, they played a role in the game. And if it's from the movies, I wouldn't know. I never liked the Jurassic World sequels. What can I say? I just think action and dinosaurs don't go together. But I guess what I'm getting at is that you need immersion. I mean, you have it here. You have the atmosphere of the game, but you needed people, characters. I would have had at least a team of maybe security personnel that maybe guard you. But can you imagine when you're dealing with a certain section of the game and one of your guys randomly just pops into the scene. He's telling you, okay, I need this and that done. Are you able to turn the power on to this section while I go here? And whatever. It adds to the lore of this type of game. And that's what it really needed. I get that you guys put in a script or a audio story, which is fine, I guess, but it needs visuals. It needs. I need to see Dr. Everett. I need to see Dr. Malcolm and Dr. Wu. They really should have been here, in a sense. It would have made the game so much bigger. It's the story that really that helps, and I just don't understand why that wasn't an option. It should have been, but it wasn't. In different sections, I mean, I don't know if I've mentioned it already, but I was expecting to deal with raptors, but then I wanted to deal with people. You need to give people some breathing space to problem solve and do all these things. Like at the end, I love that you allowed me to fix up the train. But then there was a raptor section in the midst of that. And at the end, which it's fine. I guess the end was okay. But I don't know what to tell you guys and gals. I'm going to sound really off right now, what I'm about to say, but dealing with Dr. Everett felt like I was in a very toxic marriage. If you watch my gameplay, you'll hear me complaining about how crazy scientists are, how I would never get this far in real life, and that she's insane. The story is she has us all travel to this island of dinosaurs on a plane. We come here for something. We risk our lives for it, and at the end she wants to just throw it into the ocean because she's having a moment of clarity. Sounds really like a woman thing to me. She's either coming or she's going. She says this, she says that. Do this, do that. And there's times where she's not understanding the amount of work or danger that's going into even having to do the thing she's asking. Just completely clueless and disconnected from what's going on. And that really annoyed me to no end because I really, if it was me in real life, I would have left. I'm like, sorry, lady. Good luck. Not being mean, but I'm being realistic. I would have been slayed at the very start of the game in real life. And she wouldn't have cared. My sample, I don't care about. I mean, you have to. I don't have an issue with her, really. I just think that. I don't think her character was written appropriately. No offense. She seemed nice. She apparently risked her life to save mine in some way. I didn't get to see it. Would have been nice to interact with her, which would have made it a whole lot better. So, I give it a 4 out of 10. The fair score would probably be an 8 because this VR game really excels at what it does. You guys went over the top for the levels. There's certain things in the game I won't spoil, but I guess if they've watched all my gameplay up till now, I guess I'm really not. But this game really deserves a fairly high score, fairly. But the experience for me was a 4. Maybe it's because I have an imaginative mind or creative mind where I think this would have improved the game with this and that. And it's easy to talk when you're not actually involved in the creation of the game. So that's why I try to be fair. That's why I give games a fair score, and then there's my score. And that would be it. I don't really have anything else to say other than that. Just remember those few basic things, and if you ever make a sequel, just remember you need non-lethal weapons. You need different sections, phases, chapters of the game, interacting with people. You have to have people in order to make it feel like you're, there. It's not like I'm a special ops guy, which I may as well have been, being that I was alone. And, there's a suggestion I can make. This one will actually make sense. There was a game years ago. I mean, it's out now, but at the time, I remember this game called Star Citizen. It was supposed to be this game that No Man's Sky said it was going to be. And I give No Man's Sky credit because I thought they redeemed themselves. But anyways, so the game was expensive, and there were certain things they want, like they asked people what they wanted added to the game. Could be graphics, could be gameplay, whatever it was. So they would put it up, and then the people would fund that certain thing. So, for example, if you make a sequel and you don't have money to put into graphics, I would put up some type of funding for gamers to look at and, spend some money to see if they can help you make the game appeal to those. Because there's people, graphics are like one of those things people are really serious about. I mean, if they pass on Skyrim and other games because of it, then they'll definitely pass on this one. VR games are not known for their graphics. Some are. But like I said, this one has graphics that are unique, and they are passable to me because they're in a style that works. But it's not going to work for everyone. So again, I give you guys a round of applause. I give you your stars. And I give you E for effort. Definitely add this to your library, people. Do not miss out on playing this game like I was going to. It definitely deserves to be played. And hopefully remembered. And co-op. If you guys ever make a sequel, add in co-op. It'll be great to actually explore this place. And that's another thing. I mean, if you do make a sequel, there has to be at least a map. I know there's sections of the games you have to do, but it would be nice just to go out, explore, maybe customize a certain area with things. I'm not asking for a gathering game, but like if there's certain things you need, like maybe you need to collect weapons or resources, packs. It doesn't have to be overboard like those other games. Just a few things like flashlights or different I don't know. I'm just putting in ideas for you to think about. But that would be it. I didn't really have that much of an issue with the game other than it being about raptors the whole time. And even that, I mean, that's not bad. But from what I was expecting. I just thought that there would be more to deal with. And there is, but not in the way that I expected. So you get your 4 and you get your fair score of 8 out of 10. Way above orcs. I don't even know why I'm mentioning them either, but I am. Shocking. Alright, and that's it. That Jurassic World Aftermath Collection. Go out and buy it. Enjoy it. Play it with some friends. It's worth it. Definitely worth it. And that'll be it. I'll see you guys on the next game. See you later.